Well, everybody, welcome back for General Chemistry 2. Um, I hope you all had a good break. I know I did. It was a well-needed break, and it feels like it's ending just maybe a few days too soon, but um, I'm also ready to get this show on the road. So since we are online for 2 weeks at least, we're going to go over the syllabus and a few other things today. I'll get you started on a review for to refresh yourselves on Gen Chem 1, since I know most of you probably weren't practicing your stoichiometry every day of your break. I wasn't. Um, so we'll kind of ease into this before we, really put it into gear and get going. Uh, Gen Chem 2 is essentially going to be Gen Chem 1, just a continuation. You guys know how this show works. So um, the only change is in Gen Chem 2, it's a little bit harder. It's going to take more work. If you had really very few issues in Gen Chem 1, uh, Gen Chem 2 usually isn't covered or as well covered in high school chemistry. So if Gen Chem 1 was pretty easy for you, Gen Chem 2 might offer a few more challenges. Aside from that, I'm going to be a little more strict with late work and some other stuff, but really it's just more of the same. So here's the syllabus. My office hours are listed here. I didn't give you guys my phone number, my cell phone last semester, but since your class is a lot smaller now, you have my cell phone. It's right here. So that usually works pretty well for when you have homework problems. So if you're working on a homework problem, feel free to screenshot it, take a picture, whatever, and text it to me. And then usually I'll work it out on paper and text it back to you. It's helpful, since I don't have your numbers, if you tell me who you are, though. I just say, just don't text after 10 o'clock p.m. Usually 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. Is when I want to be left alone. So I guess you can text after that time also. I just may not respond. You guys know my email. Class times are 1:10 to 2 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It'll be in C28. So that's that classroom when you walk in Charles Hall and just kind of go straight. Between the cabinets with all the birds in it, that's where we'll be. We'll be pretty small. There's, I think, 11 of us this semester, so that's a fairly big room. So we should be able to spread out and have lots of room. Lab is in the same room. 2 labs at times. We have Lab A and Lab B. Make sure you know which one you're in. This semester, I don't like to do this too much, but with Gen Chem 2, there's a whole lot less of you to keep track of. So if you need to, say, leave early on Thursday to go to a ball game or something, and you can make it to the 10 o'clock lab, then we can work with that too if that works with your schedule. So in Gen Chem 1, I have too many people to make that happen. But textbooks, it's all the same stuff. You don't need to get anything new. The only thing you need is a new subscription to Chem 101. So I don't have you guys get a full year subscription of that in the fall because a lot of people plan on taking a full year of chemistry, and then I scare them off, I guess. A bunch of people who planned on taking 2 semesters don't. So I just had everybody get a 1 semester, so you'll need that. This semester, it's really important to, even more than last semester, to have a good calculator that can do exponents and logarithms. So I have a few extras hanging around, but make sure you have one of those. Course descriptions and so on, you can read on your own, outcomes, all that kind of fun stuff. The assessment assignment, I just realized that I gave you the organic chemistry assessment assignment. So I'll change this on the syllabus that we put on the computer because this is not right. Yeah, that's not right. I was just making sure I gave you the right syllabus, and I did. Assessment activities, grading scale is the same, evaluation policy, weighting is the same. Again, very little changes. Attendance at labs, like I said, is required. I will have makeup ways at the end, especially this semester, because I foresee people are going to be missing lab a lot for athletics and for quarantine and stuff. So this is going to be a pretty crazy semester as far as getting stuff done. So we're going to get this online thing practiced up, and we'll see how it works. And then later on in the semester, if we have days where the majority of people are going to be gone, I'll probably just do a whole online session so everybody kind of gets the same thing. That'll be all through Google Meet. There'll be a link on Moodle just like we saw before. This again is a repeat from last semester. So overall with assignments, I don't want late work this semester. If I will take something, it'll have a penalty, but overall, just assume that I'm not going to take late work. It becomes too much of a headache. Exams is the same idea. If you're going to be gone, let me know. If you need to make up an exam late, it'll have a 5% penalty because you get more time to study. Labs, the difference here is that most assignments you'll have a lab report to type up, and those will have to be submitted on Moodle. Again, I'm not going to take them in my email, so that's, again, nothing new. Make sure you bring your Wi-Fi enabled device to class. No sharing calculators. Down here in the bold, chemistry is learned by doing it, not solely by watching me or your peer do it. You've heard me say that. General Chemistry 2 is more challenging than first semester. For some people, it's much more challenging. There will be moments where you feel lost, even if Gen Chem 1 was easy for you. The best way to tackle those problems is where you feel lost is to attempt them, and even if, when you mess up, figure out where you're getting stuck. Use your book, use me, use other resources, use your friends, whatever. Figure out where you're getting stuck and then get yourself unstuck. You have to be willing to make mistakes in order to learn from them. So what that last sentence means is if you don't ever attempt a hard problem, you're not going to figure out how to solve it. So be willing to make mistakes and learn from them. Your textbook is a great resource. There are all kinds of example problems in there. We're going to be using a lot more this semester probably than last. The course schedule looks like this. In order to get everything done, we pretty much have to stay on schedule. So we'll be pushing quite a bit. Note in here I have these two things. So this over here, I guess you can't see where I'm pointing. Under activity, that refers to the workbook that we use in class, so 11-1. Over here on the right, that 11.1, that refers to the textbook section. So that 11.1 means chapter 11, section 1. Down here, the reading would be chapter 11, section 6 through section 7. And that's all perfectly designated in your book. It should be really easy to find. So your tests will be based mostly off what we do in class, but you will still be responsible for the material covered in the textbook. Regardless of how we do class, there's no way I can cover all the information in class. So you are responsible for some of it on your own too. If there's something that I think is really important for you to read outside of class, like extra, make sure you pay close attention to this. I'll try to make sure you guys know it. I have tests noted in here. I have most of the labs here and so on. I might change my mind on those. These are the ones I did last year, and they work pretty well. But sometimes I change my mind. So that takes us clear to the end. We are done by May this year, so we're going to finish early this year. I have some wiggle room down here at the end in week 15 in case we run late or take longer on things, but we'll need to be pretty diligent and staying on schedule. Your final exam date is there. Amount of time you can expect is here. If you are in for the 5 credit hour section, which I outline here, then you'll have about 50 additional hours of work throughout the whole semester. It's going to be basically like what we did last year. There'll be extra homework. You'll have a notebook for articles. some additional laboratory experiments. We didn't get to do those last semester. And also some chemical demonstrations. So this is open to everybody, but I didn't do too many of them last semester because I wasn't teaching in this building, but I like to do lots of experiments with, fire and fun things like that. So in Gen Chem 2, I invite students to do those if you guys are interested in that. Okay, the rest of this is general Hesston College policies. It shouldn't be anything new. The Americans with Disabilities Act section has been updated, so if that applies to you, make sure you give that a read. And then the rest about academic dishonesty and plagiarism. I did have some issues with some of you with cheating and so on. Just know that I'm still not going to take that. So do your own work and you'll be fine. Okay, let's take a quick look at the Moodle page. It looks like this. Again, pretty straightforward. I don't have the Google Meet link on here yet because we don't need it just yet. But I do have my cell phone on here and other things. You can find the syllabus under Monday. So the way I have this set up, I put on Monday at the top because that's what I want you to start today. So by Wednesday, I want you to have finished reading from the textbook. Burge is the big blue textbook. I want you to have read section 11.1. I want you to have finished watching the introduction video, which you are watching right now. And I want you to have begun the Chemistry 1 review assignment. And then to complete and upload this time availability assignment. So the way I foresee this working is if it's Tuesday, you need to look ahead to what it says by Wednesday at 1:10 p.m. So the things that are listed under Wednesday at 1:10 p.m. means that's when they are due. Likewise, if it's Wednesday afternoon and you don't know what to do, look ahead to Friday to see what needs to be finished by Friday. So I hope that makes sense how that's set up. I have assignments placed under their due dates so that you know where to turn them in. Labs, again, are going to be due at the following lab. Okay, so today, download and print the syllabus, got that, watch the introductory video, did that. Begin the General Chemistry 1 review assignment. So if you tap that, it should open up the assignment. This should be all review. So it's, I think, 4 pages. It takes you through stoichiometry, some enthalpy questions, some gas questions, Lewis structures, hopefully naming and formulas, things like that. So that shouldn't be anything terribly new. So I would like to have that done by Friday. Begin the time management assignment, which is on Wednesday. So you can go down to Wednesday below and tap that. Begin reading Burge, that's the blue textbook, section 11.1. And then I want you to set up your registration for Chem 101. So to do that, tap that link that says these instructions, which will give you an overview, and then click this green puzzle piece below that says Chem 101. So this semester I have Chem 101 linked directly to Moodle, so we need to register this way. So you shouldn't need a course code. Tapping this green puzzle piece should take you right into our course on Chem 101. I think we have 2 weeks or so of free time where you don't have to have paid for your Chem 101 access just yet. So I'll post a Chem 101 assignment in the coming days. So I'll give you until the end of this week to get it, and then we'll have our first Chem 101 assignment due next week. Okay, I think that's pretty much all about what I want you to do by Wednesday. Just note down here at the bottom you'll see General Chemistry 1 review. So under I don't have a laser pointer here, so it's hard for me to point exactly where I'm saying, but where it says by Friday at 1:10 p.m., at the bottom bullet point says submit a photo of the first page of the General Chemistry 1 review. So I want you to finish your review, take a picture of the first page of it, and upload it in the assignment below. That's all you need to do. The full review will be due when you come to class in person. So I know that leaves some wiggle room. I won't ever know until 2 weeks from now if you've finished that, but I'll just be trusting that you do. Okay, I think that's about it. Again, you guys know how to get a hold of me. You're always welcome to do that. Again, you can text me if you want. You can email if you want. If you are an international student and or somebody who prefers WhatsApp, I have that also, and you're also welcome to use that. So I think that's it, and I'll wrap this up and let you guys get started.